to manage that stress and anxiety in your lives. There's lots of different ways to do that. You have to find the one that works best for you. And how you can put that into, those coping mechanisms into play within your own lives. So I didn't think I was one of those people who collected things, but apparently I realized I have an extensive collection of anxiety and stress. So if anyone knows where I could donate some of that, please get with me afterwards. I would love to know. It's a lot. So with a recent health scare that was a direct result of anxiety and stress, I can tell you that finding new ways of managing and coping with the daily barrage of feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, worried, and stressed out are more important to me now than ever. When you show up to the hospital with a blood pressure that's at crisis level, it helps put things into perspective for you. It's a fact of life. We all have stress, right? Sometimes it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. And some of the ways that stress and anxiety can affect somebody would be experiencing feelings of fear, sadness, anger, worry, frustration, and even numbness. I will speak about the physical effects of stress and anxiety in just a moment. And here I have, for stress, how stress can affect your body in different ways. So if you want to look at that, the brain, cardiovascular, even your joints, immune system, of course, skin, gut, and other systems. So that is there. So what's the definition of stress and anxiety? And the varying types of symptoms. Some of the symptoms are very similar, so it can be hard to differentiate. Stress is a psychological or physiological or psychological response to internal or external stressors. Stress involves changes affecting nearly every system of the body, as said there on the paper, influencing how people feel and behave. Anxiety is an emotion characterized by apprehension and somatic symptoms of tension in which an individual anticipates impending danger, catastrophe, or misfortune. The body often mobilizes itself to meet that perceived threat. Your muscles become tense, your breathing is faster, and the heart beats more rapidly. You know that one. Anxiety may be distinguished from fear, both conceptually and physiologically, although the two terms are often interchanged. Anxiety is considered future-oriented, long-acting response, a future-oriented, long-acting response broadly focused on a diffuse threat, whereas fear is an appropriate, presented-oriented, and short-lived response to a clearly identifiable, and specific threat. Stress. There are three main types of stress, and this is something I learned. Acute stress, episodic, acute stress, and chronic stress. Acute stress is short-term. Acute means small. Episodic is stress that happens on a regular basis, and chronic is long-term stress. In terms of anxiety, there are several, and I listed a few. Generalized anxiety disorder, agoraphobia, panic disorder. There's tons of specific phobias out there that would fall under this. Some of the physical symptoms of anxiety and stress, because a lot of these things overlap, present as restlessness, muscle tension, body aches, nausea, dry mouth, trouble falling asleep or trouble staying asleep, shortness of breath, chest pains, heart palpitations, high blood pressure, numbness or tingling of your hands and feet, migraines, dizziness, and trembling. And that's not an exhaustive list. I think those are just the main ones that I was able to find from my sources. So you may be asking yourselves, how do I know if I'm struggling with stress and anxiety? I got to do that. So, some of the common causes. Even exciting things can cause stress. Getting married, having a baby, starting a new job. Maybe you're starting school. All these things that should be really exciting can cause a natural fear and anxiety. Also moving, losing a job, getting a divorce, finances, good and bad, can add to that. Loss of a loved one, starting a new career. With anxiety, genetics play a factor. Some people are more predisposed to anxiety. With childhood trauma, there can be specific fears that come along with that. So by now, you may be thinking, I might have struggled with something like this. Don't worry, I'm going to give you some techniques on how to effectively manage this. So positive self-talk, or you can try what is called reframing by changing how you think about the stress. Now, I get it, that's easier said than done in many situations. Guilty. If you like to journal, put those feelings into words. Music, write a song, or listen to music. Deep breathing techniques. I have used this one personally. Get moving, get outside, get in the sun. Endorphins make people happy, and happy people, like in Legally Blonde, don't hurt other people. Talk to somebody, whether it's a trusted friend, family member, clergy member, whoever that may be for you. Seek that out. Sometimes just talking it out and saying it out loud can make a world of difference. I know it has for me. And there's tons of mental health resources, and not just for mental health, but for anxiety and stress too. Online, by phone, you can text. There's so many amazing ones out there available to people from, all kinds of groups and different individuals, regardless of financial status, and so that is available. So today we explored what anxiety is, what stress is, how we can identify those stressors, how we can identify coping techniques, and things that might help bring some relief to those stresses. I would encourage you, if you don't have something, a management technique, to find one that works best for you, or more than one. I have more than one. And try it when you are feeling those effects. And I hope that you've gained the knowledge and tools to effectively manage any stress or anxiety in your lives. Remember, stress and anxiety are temporary and will pass, like a kidney stone, but they will pass.